So welcome to our room. This is room 1113 at DeSana Middle School. We start off with our TARDIS. Our TARDIS can go on the back of the door from when we have our lock-ins. You'll see sticky notes on there. That's because one of our opening day activities was to look around our room and see what you find you have questions about and stick it on the TARDIS. And so every now and again when we have that moment, I'll go back here and grab a couple of sticky notes and do some explaining. That way I don't have to explain everything and they find what they're interested in. This year I have a lot of things about why reading, facts and information around the room. That is our daily roll call sheet. I have a kid whose leadership role is to take roll call. We're not actually doing that yet, but it's set up and ready. That isn't something I gained from the 40-hour teacher work week, but that is something that's on there. So it has always worked well for me. I joined that club this year. Hopefully, I'll be reducing what I work. Thank you to the Book Whisperer and 180 Days. We're going to be doing a lot on reading this year, and so I think it's pretty good that we already have 2 books down there. And my Doctor Who corner, because, you know. So one new thing I have done this year is to have a file drawer that is just for student folders, so that when students need things they run out of, they can come get it right there and not have to bother me. So that's cool. No name work, of course. We have books all around. I used to put the books all in one area, and that does not work well because then you have 30 students all in one area. So that changed this year. And then we have our printer cart. One problem last year I had was other teachers printing and then someone else printing and the papers all flying over the floor, so we now have a little tray underneath. The assigned Chromebooks. Each kid has their assigned Chromebook when we have the cart, and that way it streamlines things a lot. Here are class folders. Each class has picked, voted for, selected their class dragon, and so for example here we have Team Urbosa. And each kid has their own folder. In their folder they keep their class folder, semester folder, and their bin book, their composition book, for their free writes and reading reflections. Over in the corner here we have our mirror. Look at yourself, see someone important, and my little workstation. And that's all I need. I'm not around my desk very often anyway, and it doesn't take up any space. So the rest of the room's for the students. So we have flexible seating. They can sit where they want. They can move around. I love it when I read aloud and I see them get comfortable and then shift and get comfortable again. One thing I changed this year is I've got much better at practicing our end of day routine, getting the kids to put the stability balls up, actually end of class routine. End of day the chairs have to go up as well. And that has made a huge difference because I don't have to walk in and spend 10 minutes every day setting up my classroom. What was I thinking? Over at the front here we have more books, my books, student workstation. We have more books, the mailbox. When they spot each other doing something wonderful, the Wonder Warrior is going to go ahead and fill out the sheet, put it in the mailbox, and rewards and awards will take place. Names will go on the Wonder Wall. Over here, great idea I got from Twitter, is our device rest area. So if you make a poor choice or your phone just needs a charge, you can come over here, let it have a little rest. Write your name on the pocket, leave it here. Once it's in there, it stays in there for the entire period. Moving along. By the way, the classroom looks so big without the 15 desks that I got to take out. This is a little crazy because I haven't updated it lately, but we've got our book recommendation area. We've got my reading. Make sure the kids know I read. Our question of the day. As Miss North gives announcements, I write it on the board for them because they always forget. Goals for the day, more books, more student supplies, more books, more student supplies, more books. Here are our folders. Each class gets a folder for the daily sheet that the secretary keeps in case anyone's absent. There's my companion's lanyard. Each class has its own little bin on the wall, and in them, that one's not complete yet, we have the sticks for when I'm calling out for presentations. They're clothespins. The clothespins are for the leadership roles. So they got to apply for those yesterday, so I'm going to be doing that this weekend for the first round of leadership roles. And each team has their own, and I put the clothespins right on there. This year, every piece of paper is going to be titled thus. Of course, it's probably not going to happen. If I get names, I'd be happy, but we're going to get them started on MLA, so 7th grade isn't quite so scary. This class has been done, so a better example. So clothespins will go on like so. There we go. Over here, where you turn in your work, plain, simple. Where you put your device when you go to the bathroom. Fantastic sign-out sheet. One of my peers did for me. Thank you, Elizabeth. Hall passes. Safety clipboard right by the door, so when we have a drill, I know where to grab it. And of course, those extra sunglasses, because it's always a really sunny day or pouring with rain. Now we have our extra papers folder. One last view of the classroom. And there we go.